What up, fam? Hopefully you are having a straight up fucking magical day. I don't know if Thanksgiving is just an American holiday or if it's like a worldwide holiday or whatever, but hopefully, regardless, y'all are hanging out with some of your family or friends and eating some good shit right now as I speak. Hopefully, if you're into that. And if you're not, if you're just a total fucking loner like me and just chilling alone, hopefully you're enjoying that. Hopefully, whatever the case may be, you're enjoying your fucking day and the holiday is going to be special AF for you. On to point number one. We had succeeded. I absolutely loved what you guys did in the comment section of the last video. It was so freaking awesome to see all you guys come through in the clutch and in your own way. That was what was so awesome to me, is you all put your different little flavor on how you put buttons on the spot and got him to wear that fucking speedo when I pick him up from the airport. And I'm going to record it and put it on the channel when I do that, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. And he's already lost like over 5 pounds in the last fucking 2 weeks since I put him on the spot and made him do it. So everybody's winning from this, fam. We get to see him humiliate himself, and he's getting more fit. So everyone wins. He did bitch out a little bit. He said that he's going to wear like a sweater and sweatpants, and as soon as I pull up, he's going to pull them off, so he technically fits within the fucking parameters. And I thought, you know what? I could be equally a douchebag and just do another circle around the airport roundabout and just leave him there, fucking douchebag. Or I could just lock the door and have him trying to get into the car with the fucking speedo on. I'm not that big of a douche. I'm a pretty big douche, but not quite that big. So I'm not going to do that. He can decide exactly how much speedo time he wants to spend. While he's here, he's going to show up midway through December, December 14th, and I think he's going to stay through the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, about 5 days. We got a couple of main things planned that I am really, really excited for. He played through an entire NHL 17 season with my LA Kings, our LA Kings. It's the family's team is the LA Kings, and we all fucking root for him. He played through it, and he's in the playoffs. He has not played the playoffs yet. And what he's going to do, he's going to play while I'm going to announce. I love announcing sports. I feel like I'm pretty decent at it, and I really want to hype it up and have it be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's something you guys can enjoy. Hopefully it's something you guys can get into. I'm going to have a blast with it. He's really excited for it. I'm really excited for it. If it's not your thing, I totally understand. I get that. Not everybody's into sports, not everybody's into hockey, but we're going to try to make it as fun as possible. We're going to do that throughout those 5 days. I'm not exactly sure how the structure is going to be set up, but whenever we're not doing that for the channel, we're probably going to be playing Pikmin 3. If you've never heard of Pikmin 3, or if you have no idea what it's about, I didn't either. I looked fucking stupid, but I got it anyway because it was really well rated, and it's awesome, and you can shoot for the top of the leaderboards. And I think that between he and we have a combative teamwork that we do. We can definitely work really, really well together, but we also have the ability to just go at each other's throats, and just I find it hilarious, and he does too. He has the ability. He's very much like me in the way that he doesn't mind trying to get under your skin. He doesn't mind saying something that's going to piss you off if he thinks it's funny, if it's amusing. Yeah, it's funny to me. I totally forgot you guys haven't met Buttons yet, so we'll see exactly how that goes, but I know that it's going to be amusing. We're probably all going to do all of that on the main channel. I don't think any of that's going to find itself on the secondary channel. So hopefully you stick around. Hopefully we have some fun with that. And if enough people are around, we might do a vlog, or not a vlog, but a Q&A if you guys want to. We'll see. We'll call that one by ear. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be let down. So on to the video game I'm working on. There was no vlog update last week, and I apologize for that. The reason why there wasn't one was because I didn't feel like there was enough changes evident in the character model to display it. I didn't feel like between the week before that and that week, I didn't feel like enough happened. That doesn't mean that I didn't do anything. Sometimes with 3D modeling, you can make a million changes under the surface and end up a centimeter from, wow, I just used fucking metric compared to imperial. That's crazy. Anyway, so an inch from where you previously were. And that was the case. You know, if I were just doing a piece of, digital art, I could move everything wherever I wanted to and it'd be no big deal. But this has to be fully functional. This has to be where you press a button and he performs an action. That action looks clean. And I've never done this before, so I have to learn, fucking so many different things. The way that I like to look at it is right now I'm looking into a toolbox and there are 100,000 different tools and I have no idea what 99% of them do, and I just have to figure out which tool is best for which job. Watching a shitload of tutorials like I said, sometimes there are a million moves under the surface and you guys will barely notice them, but it has to look good. It has to look as good as it can look before I move forward. And that's, finding that balance is a bitch, because sometimes I get really caught up in it looking 99% what I want it to look like and it not looking 100, and I'm stuck on that going, no, it has to be perfect. And then nothing is ever going to get fucking done. So I got to find that happy zone, like somewhere between 80 and 90% where I want it to be. And we'll go from there. I also could have worked more. I got burnt the fuck out. Not this week, but the week before this one. One thing regarding, the hips on this fucking model, you'll notice I'm going to throw some pictures of all the progress I've made on the character. I don't know when I'm going to display them, but at some points they're going to come up on your screen. You can kind of see little different things that I've done. The hips have a very unique connecting tubing between them and the leg, and that was a huge fucking issue for me. I couldn't figure out how to do that correctly. The shoulders, the elbows, the hands, everything else I feel looks pretty damn good. Looks pretty much exactly like I want it to look. But the hips, because it's such a weird shape, I'm having a really hard time nailing that down, making that look exactly what I want it to look like. And I still haven't yet. I'm still working on that. I am tempted to just move on and continue to make progress and work on the movements for the game and shit like that. We'll see exactly what happens. I don't know. I really want to nail it down. I really want to make it look good before I move forward, but it's not always that easy. You'll also notice something else here. Like I said, I don't know when I'm going to throw pictures up of this dude. I might have it just on the fucking side already, like I usually do in these videos. I don't know. You'll find out. I'll find out. We'll find out together. You'll notice the head is a lot bigger. I believe so far he's 30% bigger. His head is 30% bigger than it used to be. I wanted to, his dimensions were as my dimensions are on my body. It was fucking hilarious actually, because I have like a little tape measure, like literally tape, not like a rule. Anyway, this fucking tape measure. And I'd use it to measure different parts of my body and keep the ratios as accurate as I could for the character. However, we wanted to make him look a little bit more childlike, not so adult. Because I wanted it to have more of a youthful thing compared to when something looks like an adult. I think that you have this subconscious association with a fucking lame ass, stiff ass motherfucker who sucks at life. Anyway, so we wanted to give him some youth, and I thought, one of the easiest ways to do that is to make the head bigger, because that's one of the things your body grows into your head as you get older and older. And that's the easiest way to add some youth, is to make the head a little bit bigger. So we did that. Originally, I went 50% bigger, and that was just too fucking big. You look like a little baby. It was adorable. But there is, again, we have to find that middle zone between young enough looking to where he looks, like he's having fun, but not young enough to where he looks like he's fucking gonna crawl on the ground and look, stupid as hell. So there's a fine line that we have to find there. Also, I took away a lot of detail. You might see it, you might not, but most of the time this character is going to be pretty small on the screen. There's going to be a lot of action going on the screen. So using a lot of processing for this individual character wouldn't be that smart if he's going to be tiny on the screen. If he's going to be huge on the screen, which he will at some points, it's kind of hard to explain everything, but he will at times be big on the screen. At other times, most of the time, he's going to be pretty small. So the smaller he is, the less detail you have to put into every little thing. So again, just finding that middle ground. And I moved a little bit more toward pulling back on his vertices. I don't know exactly how to explain it in basic terms, but the detail on the character, pulled that back a little bit. And he doesn't look as good, but at the same time, most of the time, he won't need to. Again, it's just finding that sweet spot. So if you notice also, there was a lot of adjustments to the connector tubing, between all of the joints. They don't look exactly the same. Again, it was kind of an area where I could make 1,000 adjustments, and it's just tiny little thing you barely notice, but there were some adjustments to the connecting tubing between everything. I overhauled it a number of times for the elbows, knees, and stuff like that, the more easy stuff, because it's two very flat surfaces I'm connecting compared to the hips, where it's a very complicated fucking in and out where I'm connecting the tubing to. it was a lot easier for the elbows, knees, and stuff like that. That was, you know, pretty quick. I still had to spend some time figuring out exactly how I wanted to do it, but I got there much, much quicker than I haven't even gotten to with the fucking hips yet. So there's that. The hips are still, I mean, I don't know if you can notice in the screenshots that I've shown you, but the connecting tubing, when he lifts his leg, it like gets all funky looking. It gets all stupid looking. If you don't notice, I can't blame you, because I tried to hide it as much as possible with the angles I put him in when he was posing for the pictures. But yeah, go me. I just have to find a fucking way to get it done. You'll also notice that from the last update, the thigh plating, the top of the thigh plate in the front is much, much lower. I wanted to keep it higher. There is, again, this fucking middle ground I have to find between it looking good and being fully functional. I want this to be like an armor that a human being can wear. I want it to be able to flex in any given way, and I want the solid plating areas to not collide with any other plating areas. There are still some areas where that happens, unfortunately. Maybe at some point in time I'll be able to get it to be completely to where it doesn't collide with anything, which is what I want. But right now it's as far as it's like that 80 to 90% to where I want it to be. But the top front of the thigh right there, how much farther down I had to pull it, is because when he lifts his leg, that was totally just running into where his hips are, and I can't have that. Yeah, like I said, I want it to be as functionally sound as possible. So there's that. Those collision issues happen in a few different places. I made again, 1,000 small adjustments across the character to try to make it look good, but still as functional as possible. I also connected the heel before the heel was a separate object, but I started thinking about it, and your lower leg, essentially from the knee to the ground, your heel is it doesn't really do a whole lot. I understand that it flexes from your heel and not from from your ankle and not your heel, but at the same time, with what's needed from this robot, him just having the front of his foot might be enough. I'm not satisfied. I actually really fucking hate his current feet, so we might see some adjustments with that moving forward. I don't know. I think they look like shit, but we'll see exactly what happens moving forward. I'm not satisfied with it yet, but they're not that high on the to-do list, so we'll see exactly what happens. I also removed the spine. If you notice on the previous screenshots, he had a spine. I tried a few different models of it. I really, I'm still not completely sold on him not having a spine. I would really like for him to have a spine, because I think that would look cool in the back of the open energy tank he's got in the middle of his body. But it's a matter of finding something that I like, and I took a few shots at it, and I didn't get to a place to where I was like, fuck yeah, that's it, that's perfect. A lot of what's going on in this character so far is, pretty close to what I want it to be. And also something that I want to make sure is completely clear is that I know he's looking like a very generic, basic robot right now. He's naked, essentially, in these pictures. Call the cops. Customization is going to be huge. So he's supposed to look pretty bland, pretty basic when he doesn't have anything on. It's going to be, customization is going to be massive in this game. I want it to be. So if you don't have anything on him, he should look pretty basic. He's not going to have a bunch of, crazy looking shapes when he doesn't have anything on. That's up to you to put those crazy shapes on in wherever location that you want. And we'll get there when we get there. But, also, you'll notice that he had like a blue tank, something inside of his tank that was blue in the previous screenshots. Took that out for the time being because I got a lot bigger fish to fry. In terms of connecting everything and stuff like that, I will definitely get there. It's not like it's never come back. It's a critical point to the game. So, yeah, no, it's not gone for good. It's just gone for now because it's going to simplify things until I get to the point to where I can toss it back in. Now, one of the more awesome fucking things that happened, and unfortunately I don't want to give you too many details yet because I want to just, I want to release this game and have you guys experience as much new as possible, or when I release the video demo in hopefully, 2 to 4 months, something like that, you guys get to see a few of the things that I am so excited to tell you about. One of them that we came up with, or I came up with, and Erica was like, I've never heard of that before, and I hadn't heard of it before either, but I don't know, it could still exist out there. I haven't played every fucking game that's been made, but for me, this is a very new concept, and I'm really excited for it. Again, I can't detail on it yet. I want to just show you guys instead of explaining it, because for one thing, it'd be harder to explain it, and for another, I want to show it to you and see what you guys think when you can actually see it, you can actually feel it. So I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited for that new game concept. It has strictly, it's only an aesthetic thing for, it is pretty much only an aesthetic thing for the levels, but I'm excited for it. I'm really fucking excited for it. She's making some progress on the level design. I'm excited with where it's going, and I'm excited with where everything is going right now. That's pretty much it for now. Moving forward, I need to find out whether or not, how much time I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on trying to make the hip connectors look better, but at the same time, there has to be, too much is too much. And I've spent over 2 weeks now trying to make the hip connectors look good. About half the time I've spent in total on this fucking character has been on those stupid connector tubes, which is stupid. I'm totally mismanaging my time. I've got to focus on what's more important, and that is kicking out his animations. I got to make him move around. I got to make him do different things. I got to make him functional, and I got to start kicking together that video demo and start working on the big picture. But it's really fucking cool. And I just messaged Erica last night saying that I can't believe that, about a month ago, I shot her a message saying, hey, I've got honestly, where it started was I just messaged her and I was like, I've got this idea for what I think a robot would look cool. And she was like, okay. And then we just kind of went back and forth, and she jotted something out, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just from there, it just snowballed. And it was just a matter of one thing leading to another and us working on it, and you get into places where I never thought it would be. But it's cool. And it's part of, why that it feels like I'm hitting a plateau is because I'm at the point to where I can actually move him around. For the longest time, he was just stuck in a pose because everything had to work within that pose. And now I'm actually being able to make him move, and he feels like he's alive. And it's just really fucking cool for me. So hopefully he's looking good to you guys. Feel free to leave in the comments what you like, what you don't like, if you're impressed, if you fucking are under-impressed. Whatever you want to say in the comments, I'd appreciate it. I love chatting with you guys. I love shooting these vlogs. And again, I wish you guys a happy holidays.